Hello there.
Welcome back to the channel, my fellow brown coats. It is your boy Elie Moses, your 22-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Sitting your shop, eh? Listen, one day I am going to get that in, first take in the intro, and then it is going to be a banger. But today we are up to episode 10 of Firefly, I believe, titled War Stories. Now, this already sounds like a banger from the intro, so let's waste no more time. We are going to get right into the reaction because that's what you guys are here for. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's have some fun with this thing, and let's hope Joss Whedon can continue this momentum with Firefly because it has been on an uphill trend since episode 1, baby. Let's go. Now, the reason for the bucket hat is because I've had a bad hair day, alright? And I ain't talking about R.L. Stein Goosebumps. If you know, you know. Alright, yes, I am cultured that way. I read those books at a very young age.
You.
Shanyu, the psychotic dictator?
Yep. Fancied himself quite the warrior poet. Wrote volumes on war, torture, limits of human endurance. He said, live with a man 40 years. Share his house, his meals, speak on every subject. Then tie him up and hold him over the volcano's edge. And on that day, you will finally meet the man.
What if you don't live near a volcano?
I expect he was being poetical.
Sadistic crap legitimized by florid prose. Tell me you're not a fan.
Just wondering if they were. The people who did this to your sister.
The government did this to her.
A government is a body of people, usually notably ungoverned.
Now you're quoting the captain.
If they put her through this just to see how much she could take, to truly meet her, as Shanyu would have said.
The more I see, the more I think their purpose was very specific. And look at this. The pattern. Besides, if all they cared about was hurting River, they wouldn't still be after her.
But she's doing better.
I've tried a couple different medications. She's sleeping better, but nothing really stable. I'll keep trying. Certainly got enough drugs on hand.
Yes, I'd forgotten you're moonlighting as a criminal mastermind now. Got your next heist plan?
No. But I'm thinking about growing a big black mustache. I'm a traditionalist.
You know what I love about Firefly? I just love the distinct personalities of the characters and their unique traits. Like, I feel like that is lacking nowadays, especially when you have established, like, or an established group of characters in a crew or something along the lines like that. Take, for instance, Alien Covenant. Alright, we got a spaceship going to colonize another planet. And from the beginning, I couldn't care less about the characters. Like, I knew all of them were going to get wrecked by xenomorphs, protomorphs, whatever new introduction of the aliens they had. And I couldn't care less for any of them. I just knew most of them were expendable bait for the xenomorphs or David or whatever you want. But with Firefly, right, I love the distinct, like I said, traits, personalities, backgrounds of each of the characters. For instance, you got someone with a person of faith in Shepard, someone who has fallen out of line with faith in Mal, and that will make some interesting conversations and tensions coming up in the, I guess, final episodes. And just, you know, with Kaylee being the innocent, not so innocent girl, Anara being a companion, and it all goes to tie in with the world building with companions and how they are in the world, which makes for some interesting conversations with Mal from his background. And yeah, it's all about just setting up everything in the right way, and I enjoy it. And it's the morning. Sorry if I didn't articulate that right. Recording early. Hence the bad hair day. Oh, it's that guy again.
Oh, please.
I forgot his name.
Now we get to the real questions about who you truly are.
I'm sorry, sir. One of our long rangers picked up a reed on the other side of the world. Might be Serenity. Malcolm Reynolds' ship.
Oh, this is exciting news. Send a team. Bring him here to me. Very exciting.
Yes, sir.
I believe he was in episode 2.
Now, we get to spend some time finding out about your true self. Tell me, are you familiar with the works of Shanyu?
I remember Mal sent his freaking right hand roided up lieutenant straight through the engine of Serenity. That was pretty cool. And then the other guy just succumbed to it. He's like, yeah, I'll tell him whatever you want. I didn't want that to happen to me.
I'm still free.
I said yes already. Where's the outstanding issue?
The counselor is an important political figure and a very private person.
So he visits you here instead of you going his place. Fine. What is the ship not clean enough?
I just want the counselor to feel comfortable.
And when I say comfortable, I mean totally alone.
Again.
The pitter-patter of tiny feet and huge combat boots.
Shut up!
There's nobody sets foot on my boat that I don't meet him.
I'm sorry to keep pausing, but again, I commented on it last episode, I believe. Either Our Mrs. Reynolds or the last episode I just watched, which was Ariel. In terms of the conversations with characters in this show, I feel like the conversations, yes, we still have one-on-one quiet conversations that happens, but whenever we're like on the ship, you feel like it's just a normal household, if that makes sense. Like, you got Kaylee and River running around like two little sisters playing games in the house. Mal and Anara, the husband and wife, talking, and then Mal just yelling at his kids to shut up. And I enjoyed the audio right there, and in the background you can hear the sort of faint sounds of Kaylee and River running around the ship. And I don't know, it just like adds to each of the scenes of dialogue. It's not boring in terms of two characters conversing with one another. Like, obviously you're paying attention to them, but in the background I'm hearing Kaylee and River running around. I'm like, what are these two kids up to? And then obviously the dad in Mal full on just tells, shut up, man, what are you doing?
Don't worry, I'm not going to start any sword fights. I'm over that phase.
I'd appreciate if you'd keep the others from ogling.
One of you is going to fall and die, and I'm not cleaning it up.
She took my apple. She's afraid of them. And this one's mine. Not anymore.
See, two little girls just running around the house or the ship.
No power in the verse can stop me.
Get used to being rich. It's Jane being so generous with his cut that confuses and frightens me.
Just kind of freeze the blood.
Zoe, how come you always cut your apples? Whenever we get fresh fruit, they never just munch on them.
You know what a Griswold is?
It's a grenade.
About the size of a battery. Response to pressure. Our platoon was stuck in a trench outside of New Casimir during the winter campaign. More than a week. Completely cut off, and the Alliance entrenched not 10 yards away. We even got to talking to them. Yelling across insults and jokes and such, because no ammo to speak of, no orders, so what are you going to do? We mentioned that we were out of rations, and 10 minutes later, a bunch of apples rained into the trench.
And they grew into a big tree, and they all climbed up the tree into a magical land with unicorns and a harp.
Blew off their heads, huh?
Cap said wait, but they were so hungry. Don't make much noise. Just little pops, and there's 3 guys that kind of just ended the ribcage.
But these apples are healthsome.
Yeah.
Grenades cost extra.
We are about 20,000 miles from our last drop, people. Then we can take a break and start thinking about spending some of this money.
All right.
So, when you said that you didn't get a chance to tell the captain my idea, what you actually meant was you told him my idea. He rejected it out of hand. And you didn't argue the point or even give it another thought.
I gave, honey.
And then came the lying to me about it, which for me is sort of the highlight of this little adventure.
Is there any way I'm going to get out of this with honor and dignity?
You're pretty much down to ritual suicide, Lammy Toes. Call the local MDs. Forget the fence, go straight to the source. Better prices, and we know the drugs get to the right people.
Captain thinks it'll get back to someone. It just caused trouble.
Typhon, Suyu, Yoda, Xing, Chao, Sai, Jin, Wuda, Piku. Was I ever not asking what the captain thought?
Well, I tend to agree with him.
Tend to or have to? I love the fact that you two are old army buddies and you have wacky stories with rib cages in them, but could you have an opinion of your own, please?
You're losing the high ground here, sweet cakes.
I'm sure you and Mao will take that hill and fortify it with the body.
I thought your plan was too risky.
Then tell me, I am a large, semi-muscular man. I can take it. Don't hide behind Mal because you know he'll shoot it down for you. Tell me.
Right. Because what this marriage needs is one more shouting match.
No, what this marriage needs is one less husband. Right now it's kind of crowded.
Ouch. Pew, 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 pew. Do we have a divorce on the cards here? Shepard, sign the papers.
I walked on my feet and heard with my ears. I hate the bits that stay down when I work. I function like I'm a girl. I hate it because I know it'll go away. The sun grows dark and chaos has come again. It's fluid. What am I?
You are my beautiful sister.
I threw up on your bed.
You're still beautiful.
Definitely my sister.
I feel so sorry for River and all the experimentation that's been done on her, and especially knowing the two pricks that did it with the blue gloves. Honestly, they look like pricks. Like they've hardly spoken, but just the way they look, they have really punchable faces. And I know this is not a good analysis right here, but in terms of like a casting choice, in terms of making the villains sort of have the right demeanor, and I can just look at them and know that I don't like them, pretty good. So yeah.
Didn't Inara express a wish for privacy?
Oh, you gotta see who she's got. That he's handsome.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh. That who I think.
He looks a respectable sort.
Welcome aboard. I'm Captain Malcolm.
We're all clear here, Counselor.
Oh, he's a security guard. Oh, okay. We got a little bit of woman on woman action here. And Jane is all for it. At least it's not a guy. Like,
Oh gosh, I knew she took female clients. I just they look so glamorous together.
hey, she plays for both teams.
I'll be in my bunk.
She bats for either side. Respect.
Change the sequence?
Didn't want you taken off without me. In fact, didn't want you taken off at all. Thought I might take this run instead. Me and the captain.
The captain who's standing right here telling you that's not going to happen?
Well, it's a dangerous mission, sir. I can't stand the thought of something happening that might cause you two to come back with another thrilling tale of bonding and adventure.
Wait.
I just can't take that right now.
Okay.
I didn't
I'm
notice
lost.
jealousy boil up and
I'm angry.
wash.
And I'm armed. So if you two have something that you need to
It's
work
all
out.
right, sir. We've dealt with Bosch before. Shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, this is a fine sang fun quantiture, but I don't have time to unwind it. Wash. Get her started.
Bye, hon. We promise not to stop for beers with the fellas. So, are we gonna sing army songs or something?
That feels amazing.
How do I get Inara services? I need to call her
Oh,
somehow.
right there.
What's the number?
That's perfect.
Put it in the chat, please.
I should have done this weeks ago.
What is this?
I wouldn't have been here weeks ago.
There's no need for the show, Nora. I just need to relax with someone who's making no demands on me.
Most of my clientele is male. Do you know that?
No.
And I'm not one of them.
If I choose a woman, she tends to be extraordinary in some way. And the fact is, I occasionally have the exact same need you do. One cannot always be oneself in the company of men.
Never, actually.
So no show. Let's just enjoy ourselves.
Not looking. I'm not looking. It's the Spider-Man.
I let that a trick of yours slide because this is a milk run. But when I go on a mission, I'm taking Zoe, and that's the drill. You know that. And what happens if we get into a situation here? Hey, I've been in a firefight before. Well, I was in a fire.
Actually, I was fired from fry cook opportunity.
And you understand what Zoe's job entails.
I'll learn as I go.
I'm not sure if situation. I don't think it's jealousy from Wash. That obviously Zoe goes with Mal on the supply runs. I think he's just more worried about for the safety of his wife. It might be a little bit of jealousy as well in terms of like because Mal and Zoe's background from fighting for the independence and all the war stories they have, no pun intended, but saw Zoe tell the story at the beginning of the episode with the firefight they had, or sort of what was it again? Sort of, I think like the Alliance were like 10 yards away, and it was sort of like a stalemate, and they was down on rations, so the Alliance threw apples, but the apples, instead of being nutritionists, they were nutritionists with gunpowder, and obviously they were grenades, and they told the story about the ribs and so, and I think maybe Wash is, I think it's a mixture of both. I think he's worried for Zoe going on these missions or sort of these exchanges with Mal, these supply runs. But at the same time, you have to see where Mal's coming from. Zoe's had that experience in firefights, been at his side through the war, and he can count on her. And like he said with Wash, you have no experience. But at the same time, I feel like maybe it's a little bit of jealousy from Wash, and that he's just worried for his wife. That's how I see it. I think it's a mixture of both. I might be wrong.
I'm learning about carrying.
Can't believe you guys knocked over an Alliance hospital. The pair you have.
Yeah. Stuff legends are so go.
Damn, sniper. These guys have ghillie suits in the desert? Fair enough.
Now I'm learning about scary.
I'm guessing they belong to that guy, the Russian guy. I forgot his name. I know it was something like unique. Come on, Shepard. Keep going. Keep going. Hit that PB, baby. Come on. One more. Jane is just never going to get Inara services.
This is precision work. Sharpshooters. From the look of these wounds, I'd say a 54R sniper rifle. Laser sights.
Shepard knows his guns.
Do a lot of shooting at the Abbey there, Shepard.
Rabbits.
For stew, sure. Only one type of transport I know makes spark like this.
Fast burn rocket shuttle.
Craft like that not commonly part of a ship. More likely we're looking at
Space station. I know who's got 'em.
Time to prep Vera, Jane.
So, whatever Zoe would do in this instance is what I want to do. You know why? Because no matter how ugly it gets, you two always come back with the stories. So, I'm Zoe. Now.
Probably not talk quite so much.
I think Zoe would be
terse. I can be terse.
would be much more composed than Wash
Once
here.
in flight school, I was laconic. If I'm not going to talk, then you have to. What else?
We just gotta keep our heads.
Right, keep our heads. That way we'll be able to, keep our heads. You and Zoe been in plenty of situations like this before, right?
Many a time.
Many a time, you and Zoe.
Once we know who it was took us.
Zoe and you. Together in a tricky. Now, she's my wife.
She ain't here, Wash.
No, but she would have been.
Okay.
I mean, I'm the one that she swore to love, honor, and obey.
Listen, she swore to obey?
Well, no. Not. But that's just my point. She obeys. She obeys you. There's obeying going on right under my nose.
Zoe and I have a history. She trusts me.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't mean a thing, but you're making out like she blindly follows my every word. That ain't true.
Sure it is.
Not so. There's plenty of orders of mine that she didn't obey.
Name what?
She married you!
Right on cue. Oh, that could have exploded right there.
What?
He has a punchable face as well.
Oh, I got that. Thanks. code. Twisted as it may be. Very excited about Reputation. You'll see reason.
Reason?
He's a gangster. The money he paid you for that other job, it was already returned to him.
Could be he's harboring some resentment at us, putting his man through our engine.
Wait a reasonable amount of time. But if you don't hear back, I want you to take Serenity and get out of this quadrant. This don't play out right. There's no guarantee he won't come looking for the rest of you.
You know what I'm excited to see this season as well? That's if Joss Whedon pulls the trigger. I remember in the first episode, Serenity, the teaser of the Reavers and what they're like. And we've got 4 episodes to go after this. 11, 12, 13, 14. And I'm not sure if we're going to see any of the Reavers or if Joss was saving them for a later date in, you know, because it was meant to be a 22 episode season. I'm really excited to see them and I hope we do. And obviously, since episode 2 was rewritten to be the initial sort of first pilot episode, we had the teaser of the Reavers in that as well, and how feared they are within the universe and how separated they are from man, and sort of like, I think Shepard was talking about how they're not even man anymore. And I know it's completely unrelated to this, but I just started thinking about the Reavers because this villain or this gangster has showed up again, and it got me thinking, are the Reavers going to show up again, and are we going to see him? So you never know. You guys will know, obviously, as I'm talking about this. You guys are smiling or something along the lines like that. But yeah, I'm excited to see if they do pull the trigger on the Reavers. And maybe because Joss Whedon was sort of constrained and made to shorten this season, maybe he will introduce them, or maybe in the movie. You never know. You never know. Force lightning.
I'm not gonna say it. Shipboard romances complicate things. For who? For you? For everyone. Well, what about love?
I love how they're getting electrocuted and they're just talking about
Fighting against
romances.
it as a rule. In situations such as ours, it tends to cause problems. It splits loyalties. Know what I think? What? What, Wash? What do you think? Because I'm interested. This policy you got against shipboard relationships. That's just you projecting your own intimacy issues on everyone else.
He's like, let me listen to it for a bit and then electrocute him again.
Of course. Could be a lot simpler than that. Could be I just don't think you're good enough for Zoe. I don't give a good goddamn what you think. Oh, don't you? Zoe and I, we got history, and I figure you've got to be asking yourself some fundamental questions as to the nature of that history. You never slept with my wife? Oh, in fact, you know that for sure, do you? You ever asked her?
Now,
we've been together for a long time before you came along, Wash. She's a damn fine-looking woman. Never happened. Know how I know? How? Tell me. This whole captain thing isn't Zoe's trouble.
I feel like
it's the guy she never slept with thing. No matter wish you had slept with her. Then at least she'd be over it. Oh, you want me to sleep with her? Would that make you feel better? There's wonders for her too. Screw you. Get in line.
I wonder if Wash is going to mention Inara, because Mao was talking about, you know, onboard relationships not being good. And it's similar to what I've been told before about, like, you know, relationships are never good in the workplace. And I guess it's the same scenario. Relationships on board are never a good thing. And I wonder if Wash is going to, you know, clap back at Mao here and mention Inara. And he'll be like, what about your relationship with Inara? And it's just going to complicate things even more.
Wash! Listen, first thing when you get back. Listen to me! First thing when we get back, I'm gonna take your wife into my bed. I'm gonna get me a piece of her.
I'm gonna fuck your wife. I love how, like, they know they're gonna get out of the situation. Like, they don't care about getting electrocuted. They're just having an argument. Oh, Niska. That's his name. Okay, I can't believe I forgot that. Thank you, Zoe, for reminding me.
Run. Run. They are perhaps damaged now. They were so much to you.
Yes.
And
to me, they are worth more. I think this is not enough. Not enough for two, but sufficient perhaps for one.
Gonna make her pick.
You now have...
Him. Sorry. You're going to ask me to choose, right? You want to finish?
Yes, yours. We're ended now.
Now.
I think Mal knows. I love that decision there from Zoe. Obviously, she went for her husband straight away. And if you listen to the dialogue closely or like even pay attention throughout the episode, Mal said he's been in these situations before with Zoe. And I think because of their war experiences and their war stories, again, no pun intended or like reference to the title of the episode, Mal knows the decision Zoe's making, right? Potentially, she could take, Wash back on board, and they can maybe create an assault team and infiltrate this place, or think of another plan to get Mal. And Mal completely understands Zoe's decision right there, and you saw him shake his head. And yeah, it goes to show that they've had experiences before and they've been in this situation, and clearly Zoe knows what she's...
A moment, please. This money, it is too much. You should have some small refund.
I love how Zoe didn't even look shocked there. She's just holding it in. She's holding it in.
We're in.
I need Niska to get blasted by Vera. Minimum 20 shots. It's all part of the sacrifice.
Bastard's not gonna get days.
I reckon just nuke the whole space station and get Niska out of the equation.
It's his ear.
We're getting them back.
What are we gonna do? Clone him?
Well, it's a clean cut. With the right equipment, I should be able to reattach it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's assuming there's a head.
For you, I have a special machine. Very precious.
Hey, only Gollum can say that.
Let us see if we can meet the real you.
No. I ain't having that. Only Gollum can say precious. You just triggered your boy. I gotta pull out the Gollum impression now. You can't. Stupid fat hobbitses! Nasty little hobbitses! Had to pull it out, okay? You can't say precious without triggering the Gollum effect, okay? And if you got to this part of the video, it is what it is.
Two-man frontal assault on Niska, Skyplex, and Liv.
Technically, it's a one-man, one-woman assault. Unisex. Grenades.
Oh, yes. Thank you, dear. They won't be expecting it.
Right, because they ain't insane.
I just got away from Nara. No luck with the counselor.
A husband and wife.
No.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
You know, there's a certain motto, a creed among folks like us. You may have heard it. Leave no man behind.
Got a good look at the layout on my way in last time. You let me lead. Cover my back.
Go on, Shepard.
What's this?
We're going with you.
Don't the Bible have some pretty specific things to say about killing?
Quite specific. It is, however, somewhat fuzzier on the subject of kneecaps.
If you're looking for me to talk you out of it.
Vera, yes, Vera, thank you.
What?
Let's go get the captain.
Yep. He's dead.
Wait, what?
Mr. Reynolds. You died, Mr. Reynolds.
Seemed like the thing to do.
When you die, I can't hurt you anymore, and I want 2 days at least. I think many people know the name Malcolm Reynolds. Many know he crossed Ishka. They must know what happens after that.
I wonder if Mao went to the special hell.
They must know that business is still running.
For the comm static, I'm piping out on all frequencies. We've been completely powered down since I fired the attitude thrusters a half hour ago. We should show up on their screens as a radar glitch if they aren't looking too close. I'm right behind you, baby.
I wonder if there's going to be any more injuries or casualties in this assault.
Listen, if you got guests, I can come back later.
Oh, just sacrifice the quad bike like that?
We lose this ground, we lose it all. You're going to hold this ground. Understand me?
Kneecap.
Victor, what is this? Victor!
Oh, Mao had the energy to do that? Fair enough.
Looks like business ain't running so much as crawling away. You want to meet the real me now?
Oh, Mao's gonna turn back the days. Roll back the days. So is Zoe at the moment too. Oh, she rolling back the days. They were rolling. Damn, Kaylee's just frozen. Oh, what a dodge. Damn, Kaylee could have got taken out right there. Yo, River just turned into John Wick again. 3 shots, 3 casualties, just like that. That's that.
No power in the verse can stop me.
Oh. They just turned it into Jason Bourne right there. What did they do to that brain? That guy survived that when Mal died?
There's something the captain has to do for himself.
No, it's not.
Hey, I said 20 shots, but to Niska, not his other right hand man. Oh, he dead, like, confirmed. KIA.
I don't know. I never shot anyone before.
I was there, son. I'm fair sure you haven't shot anyone yet.
Even the shepherd shot someone. Little sister Kaylee was a bit rattled right there. You think she feels like a bit like she let down the team? She cooking for him now.
Did you tell her? Tell her what?
Your husband has demanded that we sleep together.
Really?
Now, come on.
He seems to think it would get all this burning sexual tension out in the open. You know, make a fair fight for your womanly affections.
No. That was the torture talking. Remember the torture?
I know it's a difficult mission, but you and I have to get it on.
I understand. We have no choice. Take me, sir. Take me hard.
Well, something about that is just downright unsettling.
We'll be in our bunk.
Oi!
Free soup.
Hey, that was another another great episode of Firefly. Like I said, character interactions always on point. Always on point. Dialogue, character interactions. Always on point. The dialogue's so snappy. It's really well delivered. Everyone's timing is on point as well. The chuckles are there. The emotional, I guess, impact of the lines are there when need be. And it is ramping up now. So we had the sort of re-emergence of Niska. It's a shame they didn't deal with him because he could potentially come back into the fray again. As saw this episode, he seized the opportunity, saw Serenity was in the vicinity or in the area of their planet, and yeah, seized the moment basically. He can't pay that diem. He saw that, you know, the Serenity was in the area and he pounced on it, and Mao and Wash could have died right there. Especially Mao if he was there for a couple more days and his crew wasn't as good as they were. But obviously they are fantastic crew. They are a fantastic crew. No man left behind, and a few little teasers there as well in terms of like maybe conversations with Haley coming up, in terms of like her having to overcome that fear of like the firefights, because you know she's just the mechanic. She operates the engine room. She's never had to be in a firefight before, and you saw her, I guess, freeze in that. Couldn't handle it, obviously. A lot of you guys say Kaylee's not that innocent, but in terms of, I guess, action situations and life on the line situations, I don't think she's used to it. Yeah, she's gonna have to, I guess, get more experience on that. Or you never know, she might not need that experience because other members of the crew can clearly do that. Even Shepard can. So and River saying I'm the most powerful thing in the verse, like damn man. She made that call. And it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen in the next episodes, because Firefly, like I said, or it's been sort of like individual missions each episode, but it's the characters that carry the show, and the individual missions are just there to provide some sort of entertainment along the line, but you're sort of growing with this crew along. And I guess that's what these episodes are meant to be, like the first 10 episodes. I mean, you saw even Buffy season 1 was a very I guess slowly developing season, as you had a few Monster of the Week episodes, and then it developed the show that needed. But Joss Whedon in this case didn't have the 22 episode season, he had 14. And if this was a 22 episode season, I'll be saying the character development interactions are fantastic and we're ramping up to something, because we wouldn't even be halfway through the season right now. But we've got 4 episodes left, and it's going to be interesting to see how this gets resolved, in particular with the Hands of Blue individuals. But maybe that's solved in the movie. I'm not too sure how this is going to wrap up. That's why I'm very interested to see. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my reaction to War Stories episode 10 of Firefly. I've only got 4 to go. As always, been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. Go.